fizzled. Oh, it came up on the other side.
You're familiar. Right
Oh.
there. There's a familiar. But all right, guys. Welcome to an unusual week of our D&D game. As you can see, our loving DM is not with us because she is busy almost dying from a illness. So rather than continue on with our story without a DM, which is not possible, I'll be DMing tonight for a random, totally unrelated to our main campaign one-shot. So she is going to be back with us next week, but for just today, we are going to jump on in with our usual party, and I'm going to do my best to put the DM hat back on, because this is campaign 4. For those of you who don't know, I DM'd campaigns 1, 2, and 3 with most of this exact group, so they're all very familiar with me. And the one person in here who wasn't in those campaigns, I've one-shot with before, so we've all played together. It's going to be great. You're the best. So, guys, are we ready to start off a brand new, contained, nice little story that we're going to have wrapped up in a couple of hours?
Yeah, let's go.
Alrighty. I want to check one other thing, because I'm hearing that she doesn't hear audio, and if that means we're not streaming audio, I want to correct that. So let me do a little troubleshooting, and I'll be right back.
Like music?
I'm here
No,
to break. I'm here to break the multiverse.
Can't hear.
Let's see. That would be unfortunate.
This better not be in Waterdeep. This better not be in any way attached to what we're doing, because.
Why not?
I
was trying to look at my character sheet really fast and be like, okay, oh yeah, I can do this, I can do that.
You hear it now?
Forget what it's like to have spells.
Closer. I don't hear anything.
Wait a second. No.
The best would be like
Give me a second.
having an NPC from like our main campaign come in, or
Suddenly,
One of these
viewing Skylark swoops down.
Yeah.
Secretly, where I was last week was in this campaign.
That's right. How was the cruise?
It was good.
Okay, so our audio is totally working. The test we were using was just muted.
Whoops.
Nice.
So that means everybody already heard our intro, and we don't have to repeat it, and we are good to go.
Cool.
Alrighty. Everybody ready?
Mostly.
Probably.
Mostly is probably the correct answer.
Level 5 character, no experience with it. I'm gonna forget a lot of stuff. Let's go.
I've never played a monk before in D&D format. Let's go.
It's going to be a good time. Or everybody's going to die. We'll figure it out.
I'm okay.
Alas. Let's give it a shot, shall we?
Yeah.
Yep.
All of you know each other. You are traveling together, and you have recently arrived at the fairly isolated and somewhat poor port town known as Olin. Let me give one more piece of just like information to you guys and the crew. Since I'm not usually DMing with the program I have for music, some of the volume might be wonky, so if it's too quiet or too loud, just let me know and I'll adjust it on the fly, and then once we get it for the first time, we'll be much better.
Cool.
Alrighty, so you have all recently arrived at the relatively poor and port town of Olin. Not a lot here. Most of the people here are getting by, but not lavishly. In the few days that you've spent, you feel weirdly at home, in the sense that all of you are at about that same socioeconomic category. None of you have had a lot of luck in your own professional careers, and turning towards adventuring and mercantile work has kept you going, but not yet rich. And maybe someday that day will come. But for now, the irony of being in a town that somewhat reflects your own financial status, that irony is not lost on you. As you've sought opportunities, you have noticed that there is a bit of a quest board, so to speak, that is usually, things that aren't necessarily worth your time or effort for the small amount that these individuals would be able to pay. But a single request did catch your eye. An individual placed an order and signed the name Heron Lestrade, and is seeking aid to investigate a robbery. And that's all you know so far. And so, you, hoping that if this person was robbed, that might mean that he actually has something with which to reward you, caught your attention, and you all gathered your equipment, which for this one shot you are all granted just your standard equipment and may each start the campaign with a single potion of healing, and set out to the address listed on the quest board in order to see what may have happened, what opportunity may present itself, and hopefully at least be worth your time. As you trudge through the dark gray skies in Olin, splashing across puddles from the recent rain, think Seattle, something that's typically gray, but more coastal, being a port town. A lot of rain that tends to come through and is kind of just predominantly littering the streets. And as you move, you come across what appears to be the street with the address. And you see it doesn't look like much. A single house, looks fairly small. Single, I want to say layer, but that's not right. Single floor, not a two-floor building. Doesn't look like it's much more than a couple of bedrooms. But this has got to be the place. And before you knock, is there anything you'd like to do? Anything you'd like to say? No, that's okay.
All this looks like shit. Just like we do.
What a dump.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself. I don't look like shit. Thanks.
Oh, really? All right.
As you all walk up to the front door, one of you feeling a little bit more confident than the rest, you knock, and only a little bit of time before an individual opens it. And before you see an older-looking human male, maybe in his mid to late 40s. His eyes are bloodshot, and it looks like he's got very heavy bags beneath his eyes, wearing ragged, loosely fitted clothes. Able to actually really do well in the cold weather here in Olin. His hairline is pulling backwards and just has a bit of a patchy head and beard, and just looks somewhat ravaged almost with exhaustion. With exhaustion and fatigue. Can I help you?
Yeah, we found this posting. You got jobs for us?
Oh, you are here to respond to my... Please, come in. But do me a favor and keep your shoes on. And welcomes you inside.
I'm not wearing any shoes, so that works.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm gonna have to take off my boots.
As you walk in, you see some dirty wooden floorboards, and he kind of leads you into like a small living room that does have like a kitchen table and a sink in there. It's almost like this house is small enough where the kitchen and the living room are just kind of squished together. A small wooden table and two wooden stools are the only furniture you see in the room, and on the far side, a fireplace, and a few kind of burlap sacks that just kind of have some various foods sticking out of it. Looks like some apples sitting atop some rice. He takes a look at all of you, and then just kind of looks around, looks up into the cabinet, kind of moves some glasses and produces a dark green bottle. He kind of pops it. I'm sorry, I don't have any glasses. I usually don't have much need for them. But this is decent wine, I promise. I'd feel ashamed to not offer my guests anything coming into my home. But I much as I know that why you are here, may I ask who you are? And he passes you the bottle. Would you like to introduce your characters?
Yeah. My name is Cheese. I'll take a sip. And he just reaches out with both hands.
What do we see?
So Cheese is a very short gnome. He is a monk, so he's not wearing shoes. Kind of got robes, and then just this like leather jacket and kind of baseball cap with a beard and like a little like bag to go.
Geez, wonderful to meet you. Thank you.
Yeah, I like the food. It's my favorite.
I'll just go in order. Mark, would you like to introduce your character?
Yeah. So you see this big, like kind of white, like dragonborn just take the bottle, and he's got like a warhammer on his back and then like a flail to his side, and he just takes a big swig and he's like, man, does anybody here play Blitzball?
I'm unfamiliar with that. Is that a sport? A game?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's kind of like soccer, but no gravity. It's fucking awesome. Big player in it. I'm amazing at it. Everybody should learn about it if you don't already. And I pass it to the next guy, and I'm just covered in. I mean, just got a big set of chainmail armor.
Excellent. And your class and subclass?
Oh,
Or your class at least?
class? Yeah, I'm a fighter, battle master.
Alrighty.
And-
Marissa? Oh,
And the name is Hingle McCringleberry.
Mr. McCringleberry, it's wonderful to meet you. I've met a lot of gnomes in my day, and wait, Dragonborn. Excuse me. Gnome Dragonborn. Right.
fine.
I haven't
Easy
slept a lot.
mistake.
Well, I mean, obviously you look nothing alike, but I haven't been sleeping much. And as he kind of processes that, Marissa, would you like to introduce your character?
I am a 6 foot tall water genasi, and my name is Nixie Tidecaller. And pretty much got blue skin, blue hair, blue eyes. I like pulling on mostly just like a nice, like leather armor, but it's mostly just like a bra and like a skirt, like a flowy skirt. And yeah.
Nixie, it is a pleasure. And your class?
I'm a bard.
Fantastic. John, last but not least.
All right. I take the bottle and kind of swig it down and kind of belch out afterwards and just kind of announce, I'm Puka. You see this Goliath wearing chainmail armor with a great sword on his back. Puka then kind of goes on to say that he traveled on ships for a long time with, merchants, mostly acting as just kind of running security, more or less, for traveling merchants on ships. So he's got a sailing background, and then he fell in with this group, and here we go.
Outstanding. And
Fighter.
Puka, your class?
Yeah. Fighter. Battle master.
Nothing like having two Battlemaster fighters.
That's
Wow.
You guys are
Superior
massive.
dice.
Right? It's wonderful to meet you all. I apologize for any confusion and my not being able to put my best foot forward. I've been working a lot lately and not had much time to sleep. It's caused some difficulty in just me being able to remember anything, but I need to for my daughter. Unfortunately, my daughter has fallen very ill. Her name is Zoe, and she's my world. Her mother died in childbirth, so it has always been just the two of us. But recently, she got very sick, and there are no real clerics or paladins have been able to cure her. Some have tried, but unfortunately, it has just persisted. She is responsive to treatment, but unfortunately, it appears to be a fairly long-term, ongoing treatment. And hospitals are really, really expensive. She's been having to stay overnight. She had been in there for the past few months, and thankfully she is doing better. As I'm working myself to death to come up with the gold to pay for her treatment, but it'll all be worth it when my Zoe finally comes home to me and we can put all this behind us. But I've been working 20 hours a day trying to make enough money to pay for her bills, but I'm a simple cobbler. I used to, I was in the army. I'm a veteran of the army from 20 years ago, but it has been some time, and now I just shoemake. There's not really enough sword hand money to be made here, and this is our home. So I hung up my sword and started cobbling, and we've been living a very comfortable life. But once she got sick, the amount that I was previously working was just insufficient. And so I had to work as much as I possibly could every waking minute of every waking day, cobbling, peddling, and saving my money to be able to pay our hospital bills. But this being a fairly small town, I guess word got out, and the night before last, all the money I had been saving to continue paying her bills was taken when we were robbed. So I got afraid and posted up signs, hoping someone would be able to find my gold so that I can pay my daughter's bills. In the meantime, I've been selling my cutlery. I had to sell my coat, sold almost everything I have. I've got 100 gold left because I had it separate from the rest, and now it's all I have. And if you can find what was taken from me, then this 100 is yours.
Gosh, well, we're really sorry to hear about all that. But where do you know about this robber? Do you have any idea who it could have been?
No, unfortunately not, but I'm hoping that you might be able to take a look around and find some clues and hopefully be able to solve this mystery.
That's a great idea. We'll definitely look around for some clues.
If you'll follow me. And he moves you into a back hallway, and you're led into, you pass what appears to be a small bedroom that, by the looks of it, is the only other one compared to this second bedroom in which you are led. There is just a very small one-person mattress, wooden chest, pile of clothes, and that sits alongside a set of cobbler's tools, which, sure enough, is what he uses to make his money. In the corner, you see a long sword just left aside. And what would you like to do?
Is this where the money was taken?
Yes, I had it stored in here. I had it locked away, and This is where it no longer is.
Is there a window or other way in this room?
Make a perception check.
Let's go. First roll. Ooh, that's a 15.
15. Yeah, there's a window in this room. As you go and kind of take a look around, it looks like the window is closed. Would you like to investigate it for anything in particular?
I would like to open it.
You open the window.
Reach it, or do I gotta pull myself?
It's about. How tall are you?
Ooh, I haven't decided. How tall are gnomes usually?
Tall enough.
Probably, I don't know.
Like 4.
All right. It says 3 to 4 feet. Let's go right in the middle. 3.5 feet.
You get way up on your tippy toes and just kind of like push as best you can, and window opens.
I want to stick my head out the window and see if there's any animals within shouting distance, like a bird, a squirrel.
First, I'll need you to make a strength check. Make an athletics check to try to pull yourself up to look over the edge of this window.
All right. 9.
It's been a while since you've done a pull-up. Anybody want to help?
Can I just get up behind him and pick
yeah.
him up?
Yeah, we got like 3 tall people. Just fucking-
We're just watching him struggle.
I'm just a little guy. I need some help.
Lysandra just kind of stands in the corner and is just letting you guys do your work. And, you know, some of you do look back and see his eyebrows burrow just a little bit as this tiny gnome tries to pull up his way to the window while 3 extremely tall characters are just watching. And as you start to struggle, the rest of you kind of help put him up.
I look back at him. I'm like, this is how we get our best stuff done, and then like just help
I'm just
put
looking
him
down.
up on the windowsill or something.
Oh, even better. It's an elevator.
You kind of like get your butt up onto the seat. Remind me what you said you were looking for specifically out there?
I'm looking for birds or squirrels, any animals in the area.
Make another perception check.
Let's do it.
He's talked to them like Snow White.
Stop playing with animals.
What I'm trying to do.
We're looking for criminals.
Wait, perception or
Yeah,
investigation?
perception.
Ooh, this one's not as good. 6.
6. As you look outside, it looks like that this seems to be an area in which animals probably pass by, to an extent, but, you know, this is a town. It's not a forest. There's not a lot of, you know, squirrels necessarily running right on by, and nothing you can see immediately, but I mean, it's likely that there are probably some in the area, just none that you see right now.
All right. I'll try to find some later. In the meantime, I want to just look out the window and down, see if there's any evidence of like someone climbing in, footprints, anything disturbed.
Go ahead and make an investigation check. What are the rest of you doing? Is anybody assisting? Is anybody doing anything else?
I just kind of like, as he's like not making much noise, I'm just like, geez, what are you looking for? And I just kind of poke my head out like right next to him, like kind of like he's in the window, I'm assuming, like standing in the window, and I'm just kind of like normal height, just kind of like poking through, like, what are you looking for? And I'll help with the check if possible.
Yeah, you can either also roll your own check, or you can grant advantage.
I will grant advantage.
Okay.
So, Cheese, you can make yourself an investigation check with advantage.
All right. Best was a 17.
17. As you look around outside, it does appear to be a bit of a muddied area as opposed to cobblestone or anything like that. You do see some footprints out there that look very large to you as a gnome, but we'll say appear to be slightly larger than a traditional, certainly larger than Lysandra's. Might be something that looks a little bit more like Puka or Hingle's size feet. And on a 17, You also notice that part of the window is broken, and on that area there appears to be a piece of fabric and a little bit of blood on it.
Okay.
have a
I'm
clue?
gonna- So yeah, here we go. Let's see. Do I have anything in my equipment I can like gather it up? Do I have a Ziploc bag?
Gather what up? Like an evidence bag?
More or less.
You have a pocket.
That'll do. So wait, sorry. This guy is not Heron. This is Lysandra is the guy's house.
This is Lysandra's home, yeah.
Okay. So, Lysandra, do you recognize this fabric? And I like carefully just like kind of grab like a little corner as to not disturb the evidence too much.
He comes over. No, I can't say that I do.
Do you know anyone you suspect, or anyone who is familiar with this area that you think would be in need of money?
Unfortunately, I've been pretty self-absorbed, to be honest. I have been working 20 hours a day for 2 or 3 months. I haven't been talking to anybody. I haven't been making any friends or enemies. Shit. While I was setting up, I left my dice in the other room. Give me a second so I can have Lysandra make a roll.
Gotta
What
have
are
dice,
we-
buddy.
What are we doing? No, I'm just kidding.
Do you need dice for Dungeons and Dragons?
I mean,
You know, to be fair, he had a lot to whip up in a very short amount of time.
Oh yeah.
I was just nervous making this character. I was like, oh god.
I wasn't. This is totally just a goof around character. Like, we have some fun.
Okay. I literally grabbed him for this and then just set him down in the wrong spot.
You gotta have your dice.
Ooh, okay. Lysandra does take a closer look. I can't say that I know many people here in town, but, and he kind of points to the fabric, I don't know a lot of them that would have purple blood.
Oh.
Purple blood.
And I
Nice, sir.
Can I
Are there
look
any
at
magic
the
users
blood?
in town might be able to trace either the fabric or the blood to the creature?
Perhaps. Nixie, what were you saying? I'm sorry?
Say, could I make like a survival check on the blood and see if I know like what it might be from?
You can make a medicine check to do that.
Oh, sure. Why not?
But survival number higher.
You know what? I'll say, I'll give you either medicine or nature.
Medicine is better. That's a big 11.
11. You know that most traditional humanoids, your humans, your elves, your dwarves, your gnomes, have red blood. But some creatures who have different color skin or scales, like a dragonborn or an orc or something like that, may have different color blood. On an 11, it wouldn't be quite enough to narrow it down more than that.
All right, I'll tell the group that.
Ingle, what color is your blood?
I don't know. It wasn't me.
Let's find out.
Let's stab him.
Let's go, new one shot.
Yeah. I mean, I will gladly prick. That's weird word. On my own finger. What color is my blood?
What color is your blood?
Oh,
I don't know. Dragonborn. I don't know what color Dragonborn's blood is.
All right, roll a d20. I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
a color randomizer.
we found who did it. It's Hingle. We gotta kill him.
Yeah.
He's like shit.
That would be hilarious.
As you prick your finger and you take a look at it, you see what you would recognize from being a child and scraping your knee and getting injured in the past. A very familiar just kind of like cream-colored, whitish blood that would be totally normal for a white dragonborn.
Not me.
All right.
Fun fact, I
We're,
actually did
we're
pull
narrowing
website.
down
You can
suspects.
have 20 random colors. Anyways,
It does what?
I said I found a random website where you can generate like 20 random colors. They're like a number of random colors. So, but anyways, I was ready. Anyways,
Blood
So-
anywhere else?
Yeah.
You guys are looking for blood elsewhere in the room?
Sure.
Yeah. Is there a trail leading like to the blood, like on the window that we're seeing, or like directly on the building? Like, I mean, that we can look out the window and try to track? Like, is there any trace, like a path or something?
So you can make a survival check to look for any type of tracks, and Nixie can make an investigation check for any other blood in the room.
We saw
And the-
footprints, right?
You did see a footprint, yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty decent on survival at 5, but that was an 8.
Okay. As you kind of look down at that larger footprint on the side of the building, from here you don't see any kind of other footprints to be able to draw a path or anything like that.
I rolled a 19. for
Is
investigation.
is the footprint like, is it barefoot or is it like a boot print?
It is rounded like a boot print.
Okay.
Nixie on a 19. You look around the rest of the room, don't find any more blood. What does catch your attention is that the wooden chest in the room appears to have a lock on it that is just very obviously smashed open.
I go over to the chest and investigate that.
What are you looking for?
See if there's any. I don't know, fingerprints or something. Any, not hair, but yeah, like equivalent of did they leave behind DNA stuff.
Sure, make an investigation check.
13.
I'm sorry?
13.
13. As you open the chest, you look inside and it appears to be very empty. On a 13, you do see just a few ashes in the chest.
and
Guys,
the
there's
chest,
ashes in the chest over here.
the chest is where the money was being held.
Yes, that's where I kept my money. I thought it was safe being locked, but apparently not.
Can I look around like the door frame to see if there were any like signs of like forced entry?
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
This won't be good. Okay, it was okay. 16.
16. Looking around the door frame, entering the room, the door seems to be without damage. It doesn't look like there was any type of forced entry. And as you kind of look around the door frame, Lysandra is kind of leaning against it and moves out of your way to allow you to take a look. I hadn't considered that this door was ever used. I never heard or saw anybody in the house. I thought that I didn't know how anybody got in. They might have teleported for all I knew. But I did eventually saw the small break in the window, which led me to believe that someone may have just kind of broken a small hole to open the window and probably used that to get in and out. But I didn't want to, influence your investigation in any way, especially if I was wrong.
Can I peek my head out the door and like look out on the street and see if I see any like neighbors that are available to go talk to?
You certainly may. Just as a point of order, to do that, you'll be kind of leaving the room, going all the way out of the house, and then looking around for any type of neighbors. Is that correct?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. You leave. Make a perception check.
11.
11. It doesn't look like there are neighbors in the sense that there are just not a lot of buildings or houses in this area. It's a fairly small and poor town. There are some people walking around in the distance, but no buildings close enough to suggest that are like really close, and no one outside those buildings in particular. Just some people walking out and about further into town.
Okay, I'm gonna walk back inside then.
So he said he didn't like anticipate somebody coming in from like I guess the interior door.
That's what he said. He said he didn't hear or see anything in the house outside of this room to suggest that anyone was in any place outside of that room. He said that he thought someone just came in through the window and came out through the window, but he didn't want to influence your own conclusion, worried that he might have been wrong or could have possibly led you in the wrong direction, kind of leaving it to the professionals, so to speak. But he's been open with any questions you have.
Okay. I was almost going to inside check to see how much he believes that, like, the fact that he didn't even think about or, like, just didn't try to bring that up in the first case, you know, like.
Roll an insight check. Let's do the thing. Let's try stuff.
I'm rolling so
real.
shit. 7.
7. Hard to read. The stranger.
Level. He's poor. We need to help him.
How high is this window, like off the ground?
It's about 4 feet off the ground, so right up to a little taller. To be fair, most gnomes are closer to 3 feet tall, so you're either a really tall gnome or I just wanted you to have to pull your way up.
That's fine. That can be 3 feet.
So I could like climb out of the window and like touch the ground. Like how high off the ground is the window?
Still about 4 feet.
Okay, so I'll do that. I'll like climb out the window and climb down and kind of try to look and see if there's anything we're missing, like on the side of the house or anything.
Make another investigation check.
I'm not good at these. 1.
You guys didn't know when you created your characters that it would be a mystery campaign.
I built a
I
character.
can persuade
Rat
people
shit.
really good. I rolled a 1.
1. As you kind of hop out of the window, your feet kind of splash right into the single boot print you could see out here, just kind of covering it up with your own footprint. And then as you look around, you're like, ooh, I may have messed with the evidence there. You kind of take a minute to look around and hopefully find some valuable clue that will have made it worth it.
I
Not
lean
a
out the
lot.
window, look at Nixie. I'm like, good job, Nixie. Is there any other footprints leading in any other direction?
I don't know. Are there any other than the one I just stepped in?
On a 1, absolutely not.
No, not that I see. I think it was just this one, and it might be ruined. Sorry.
So we know the thief has one leg.
At least one leg.
Important distinction.
I want to ask Lysandra. I said, do you recognize these ashes that are in this chest?
He kind of takes a look at the ashes, kind of rubs it in between his fingers a little bit. It looks like it might be a tobacco ash of some kind, but that's as well as I can do.
Suspect might be a smoker, you say?
Purple-blooded smoker. With at least 1 foot.
Oh, I love tobacco, and I just kind of like take some of my fingers and just like take a pinch of the ash and just throw it in my mouth.
It's
Can I-
got. I mean, it tastes like ash, so it's disgusting. But it does have just like a hint of almost like a tang that's unusual. Do any of you have the criminal background?
I don't know if I picked a background. Let's see.
other-
Nope.
The other possible
You should
character
have
I
picked a
almost
background.
used.
You got a feat with that.
I forgot to pick a background.
So you
I-
get feet and skills.
I was a sailor, and like we're
Yeah, there's like ability
know.
bonuses with that now.
Yeah, you get a lot of stuff with that.
Can I
The sound like no.
can I just roll a dice and then pick that background?
No.
Yeah. All right. I got no background.
Aha! I'm a criminal.
That's all right. Never mind. Not an issue.
Oh no,
Uh,
I'm a charlatan.
So, Lysandra, just personal question. Why did you ask us to take off our shoes?
Oh, I actually asked you guys to keep your shoes on.
Oh,
For those
on.
of you who are wearing them,
Oh, I'm glad
But-
I forgot and ignored all of that because I still got my shoes on.
no, I thought you were respecting my wishes, and I appreciated it.
No problem.
But really, it's just it's a thing. For a cobbler, I kind of have a weird thing about other people's feet, and he just sort of looks down at Cheese's exposed feet. It's just like, do you not wear shoes out of personal preference? I'd be happy to make you some if you can help me.
Ooh, that would be nice. But yeah, usually I just don't like them. But I've never had a nice pair before, so that could be different.
Maybe I could produce a nice pair of sandals or something for you if we're able to, if you're able to help us.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I would love to just help you anyway, but I'm sure you understand that I can't be giving gifts when I need all the money I can to pay for my daughter's bills.
That makes sense to me.
Puka is gonna embarrassingly put his boots back on because he thought you said off earlier and took them off.
Just kind of puts his boots back on.
I
Oh,
just
they're
thought,
inside.
you know,
I'm glad I heard that right because I was thinking, I was like, I thought he said keep them on, and then everybody was just like immediately just taking
I don't
everything
have
off.
shoes. I
uh,
circle the house
do-
and see if there's anything else outside that we've missed.
Sure. I'll have you roll an investigation check, and then Puka, what were you about to ask?
I was gonna ask if I could just or are there any other rooms in this house, or is this just like a one room place?
As you kind of look out of this room and scan everything else, it looks like to get here you've seen everything, just about everything this house has to offer. It's just got that larger main room that's still small but is kind of the living area / kitchen, and then the 2 bedrooms, and really that's about it.
I'm looking for more tracks. Can I roll a survival check?
Yeah, if you're looking for tracks, then you can roll a survival check.
Sweet. 8.
8. As you walk around the house, no tracks. No tracks. You keep walking around. No tracks. You keep walking around. Oh, tracks! Oh, wait, those are your tracks from when you first started.
No.
Oh.
Walked all the way around the house until you got to the start of your own tracks, and you don't come across any others.
Usually really good. I'm just gonna sit outside and pout. I don't know.
Lysandra, is there anyone in town you would recommend us talking to about this blood or maybe the cloth or anything?
No one in particular, but if you're looking for people to question or to possibly get any more information, really the only place I can think of where people gather would be the saloon in town.
Saloon, you say?
Yeah, the Snake Skull Saloon.
That's cool.
You just hear me playing my pan flute outside. See if I can call some birds or something.
Oh yeah, do that.
Are you trying to call birds with your instrument?
Sure.
Do you have any ability that allows you to do that, or are you just trying?
I can play the pan flute. I don't know that does anything, but that's what she thinks she's doing.
Go ahead and make a performance check.
18.
18. You start playing your pan flute. Sounds really nice. Cheese, what are you doing during this? Cheese?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna hop out. I forgot who I was. I want to hop out. I'm also gonna go back to looking for animals.
As you hop out and kind of like stick next to Nixie, who's playing her pan flute and hoping that she can Disney attract some animals to her with her music, the music sounds really nice. And as you sit there and kind of look around, you do see a small bird just kind of like sitting on a fence near someone else's property. Hard to tell whether the bird was definitely attracted to the music or not, but either way, you do see a small bird there.
Good enough. I cast Speak with Animals and go talk to it.
Very well. You see what appears to be just like a small blue jay.
All right, I'm gonna approach calmly and I say, "Hello, my feathered friend. We're investigating a robbery. By any chance, have you seen anybody that came to this house? We think that they might have purple blood, a ripped shirt, might be a smoker, anything like that?
And one leg.
At least one leg.
At least one leg.
A robber, you say? You're looking for a robber?
I am looking for a robber.
Well, I'm not. You said you were probably on one more time? You said purple blood, some fabric, legs. Did I get that right?
Yeah. Came from this guy's house, robbed this poor man. I can't believe it. What a bastard.
It certainly sounds like it. You should probably get fucked up.
Well, if we can find him, we certainly will.
Oh, well, geez. I'll do what I can. I haven't seen anybody in particular come in and out of this house in a long time.
Do you, by any chance, do you have any other bird friends that might patrol this area a little more frequently?
Well, I'm kind of looking for a mate. I haven't had the most luck, so I don't really, I'm not one of those migrating birds that all stick around with each other and have to go everywhere together. I usually like to do my own thing, But I see a lot of people with the legs down deeper into town.
All right. Well, what's your name? And if we find a potential mate, I'll send them your way.
Oh, that'd be great. My name's Pascal.
Pascal the Blue Jay. Pleasure to meet you. My name's Cheese.
Oh, hey, Cheese. He just kind of ruffles his feathers a little bit. You got any worms?
Not on me. And I want to take like my hand and just try to do like a strong dig through the ground and see if I pull any up.
Make an athletics check to try to just dig deep into the ground with your hand.
What kind of check is worm check?
Great.
Is that athletics?
Yeah, and that's to have the strength to kind of deep dig enough into the ground to hopefully find something.
All right, 19.
19. You kind of stick your hand in, and fortunately, with so much rain in this area, a lot of the dirt and mud is fairly loose. And as you kind of start pulling down through, a lot of muck just kind of collects in your hands. And as you kind of peek through it, you find an earthworm in there.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna present it to Snow White. Are you okay doing it? Or I can put it on the ground.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
I'll allow this to be persuasion or animal handling. It would be animal handling if you couldn't talk to it, but since you can talk to it, that would grant the possibility of persuasion.
Okay, either way, it's a 3.
He just kind of hops back a little bit. Maybe just put that on the ground and then take like a lot of steps back.
Yeah, I understand. I know how birds usually do this. So yeah, I put it down like very clearly, and then like step back a pretty healthy distance.
So where is Cheese from the house?
And then he snatches it.
Yes.
He's about 10 feet away from the house. And you just see him and Nixie just like kind of hanging out with this blue jay and then taking several steps back, and this blue jay just kind of cautiously snatching the worm, and as soon as it does, it flies off.
As I see the blue jay fly off, I'm just kind of like walking up behind them, and I'm like, guys, what are we doing? Did we find out anything from the blue jay or the local wildlife around here?
Well, the good news is I made a friend. Bad news is he didn't know much.
We're your friends.
So, like,
But he did seem to suggest maybe going to a place where there's more people. I think that's
Yeah.
what Lysandro said too. Maybe to the tavern would be next.
I think that's the play.
Or the saloon, rather.
To the pub.
oh,
If it's a saloon, can I assume that we have like swinging doors? Because I have plans.
You're not there yet. You can make whatever assumptions you want.
I would just want to like know ahead of time.
don't you make any
Before
assumptions
it's too
about
late.
Matthew's made up D&D saloon?
You can hope.
The whole time
Uh,
we're walking, I'm playing my flute, doing like little.
So are you guys moving on from Lysandro's home and heading to the Snake Skull Saloon?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, say bye and, pleasantries and all that. Like, we're gonna head to the
We'll be back.
saloon and see what we can find.
Very well. While you guys are walking, what now?
I'm just playing my flute, dancing, having a good old time.
Drawing all kinds of attention to yourself.
Yeah.
This poor ass town is not used to people just literally playing music and skipping up and down the street. So you get some questionable looks, you get some weirded out looks, and you see one or two kids just like, guys, do you see?
It's below the
I
mall.
run up and give the kids a high five.
One of them high fives you, and the other one's like, wait, I want to listen. But the other one is high fives you. It's like, you know her? That's so cool.
Yeah, she's like one of my best friends. She's amazing, isn't she?
Yeah, she looks outstanding.
You just gotta wait until she gets to the main course.
Oh, well then we have to stick around. And as you guys now continue walking, you notice that these two kids are kind of like duckling, following behind you, waiting to hear this main chorus. And as you continue, you see a set of swinging doors in what looks like a rustic building. That's one of the bigger buildings that you've seen in this area. Push open doors, no windows, and no real noise that you can hear from inside, but you do see a bit of a rounded skull just carved into a piece of wood that hangs over the doorway.
Before we interact with the saloon, I would like to talk to the kids for a second.
Sure.
And I just look at them and say, like, hey, little ones, I have a gold piece or two in it. If you have any information about anyone here in town who's maybe recently come into some money and maybe spending a lot of money that they wouldn't usually have you seen anything like that? You know anyone like that?
they kind of look at each other, and then they sort of sidebar and whisper a little bit. And then the one who is kind of like high-fiving walks forward. You said you were looking for someone spending a lot of money?
Yeah, that they, someone who doesn't usually spend a lot of money, but maybe they started doing that recently. Is there anyone like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's a guy, a bearded guy who usually doesn't have any money, and just the other day rung up a big tab at the tavern. Just out of nowhere, big guy, long beard.
Big guy, long beard.
Child.
Go ahead, roll an insight check.
These children were in a tavern.
I could do math, that would help. 17.
I'm sending you a whisper.
And I'm gonna give each of the boys a gold piece.
Thank you so much. And they run off.
Oh no.
You just got duped by 2 kids.
Did the insight? Oh wait, okay.
I just sent the whisper.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna come up to Puka and I'm gonna say, I think those kids just totally duped you out of money. 'Cause
Oh no.
I don't think they know anything. Sorry.
Okay. Worth a shot.
Bunch of little bastards.
I'm a little angry now, and I would just like to kick open the doors to the saloon.
Sure. I mean, it's a poor town. You offered gold for information. They weren't about to turn down gold, even if they didn't have the information. So they just kind of said what would get them gold and then took off.
I'm just like, hey, Puka Shell is fine. Don't worry about it. Don't get too ramped up.
Meanwhile, Puka just kicks open the doors. Make an athletics check.
Oh no, these doors are gonna break.
We're gonna be the scourge of this fucking poor town.
23.
Oh no.
53. The doors are flying off their hinges inside of the tavern, and as you look in, you just see as these wooden swinging doors just kind of collapse like 5 or 10 feet into the tavern. Everybody inside just turns and looks at you as there are now these ruined shingle-like doors that are just kicked in off their hinges on the inside.
Our apologies. Sorry.
You gotta get that fixed. That's a hazard. Just lawsuit waiting to happen right there. I don't know what to say about that.
As you look in, you see there are several humanoid figures just kind of sitting around a single table drinking, and behind the bar, a fairly large reptilian-looking creature. It appears to have a lot of green scales that go into a light brown up the chest, and very snake-like features. This is a Yuan Ti who seems to own this bar. You mean you have to get that door fixed?
I'm gonna go pick up one of the doors and go put it, just lean it up against where it was supposed to be. It's not making it any better. It's just a nice gesture.
And I kind of walk up and is there an open table visible that I can just kind of clock as I'm walking up to the bar?
There are a lot of open tables. There's one table with 4 people sitting to it, and then a lot of open tables.
Okay. I will point to one of the open tables, and I'm just gonna go ahead and tell this owner / bartender, I hope. I'm like, hey, look, we're sorry about the door. Here's the cost for the door, and hopefully maybe a round of drinks. And I'm just gonna go ahead and dump. How much do I have?
I would say you all start with about 10 gold.
Oh man, but I got more than from my starting equipment.
I would say my
Been rough
save-
times. How much do you have? How much do you have from your starting equipment?
54 gold.
Cut it in half and I'll allow it. You guys need to be motivated to actually pursue the 100 gold reward, and it's been rough times. So had some investments not work out, you know.
But I sell this
okay,
healing
so-
potion.
28 gold. I will just to ease the way we entered and buying a round of drinks. I'll go ahead and stack 10 gold on the bar and just see how he reacts. And point it to the table that we're all going to sit at.
Throw in one more for the drinks.
And I'll offer here and be like, sorry about that. And put down the extra gold.
Sit your asses down and I'll be right back. And he just kind of slithers off and grabs a couple of ales and delivers them to your table fucking wordlessly and just leaves again.
Oh, but wait,
I want to do a quick lap and just see if anyone, either at the bar or the bartender himself, has like a torn clothing.
That would be an investigation check because you're looking for something pretty specific there.
Yeah, I'm looking for like a missing patch somewhere.
Sure.
7.
Not that you can tell. I mean, everybody's clothes are fairly ragged, to the point where it wouldn't necessarily be wildly apparent if, you know, a patch came from any of them. But for what it's worth, it doesn't seem to necessarily be. It's hard to tell.
Anyone bleeding purple blood?
That would be a perception.
I was just joking.
Make a perception check.
We'll try.
I wasn't. Do it.
Checks
Good
or
idea.
checks.
20 actually, a dirty 20.
20. You take a look around just to see if anybody has any visible bleeding wounds. You feel pretty confident that nobody in the room has any visible bleeding wounds.
Okay. Anyone smoking?
On a 20? No. No one in this room seems to be smoking.
I go talk to the bartender.
Sure.
I'm gonna try to flirt with him. Get some information. Alright. Just gonna kind of wander up with whatever, I don't know, what do you bring us for drinks?
Just an ale.
Alright, wander up with
Is
my
it good?
ale.
Kind of warm.
Hey, what's your name? What's your name?
Silvana.
Where are you from?
What the fuck do you assholes want?
Really?
You didn't exactly start off on great terms.
I didn't break
This
your
kid
door.
lied to me.
Okay, it's my friend. He gets
You all, and this is me speaking to you over the table, you all collectively just busted this lady's door right in, so you just might have to work for it a little bit.
Oh, it's a lady. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a lady.
It is a female.
Oh, it's Snake.
Make this work. Alright.
They can be ladies.
Okay, have you seen any shady characters you're not used to seeing in here?
You must not be from around here.
No.
I'll let you in on a little secret. Everybody here is fucking shady.
Really? Who's the shady?
Make a persuasion check.
As she says shadiest, you just hear Hingle just like, here! Cheers.
27.
27.
Holy shit. Wow, we've been rolling like
Okay.
dog shit.
Yeah, you're level 5? Okay.
I have a +10 to persuasion.
Fuck yeah. Outstanding. If you can make it worth my while. He kind of looks at the door. Very worth my while. Perhaps we can come to an arrangement.
Want your door fixed?
I want enough gold to get my damn door fixed.
How much is that going to fix?
Put down another 10 gold and you might buy a name.
Fine, I'll give her 10 gold.
She takes it. You just kind of hear the gold slink. There's a boy living on the streets. Goes by the name of Iron. He might be the shadiest that you're looking for. You'll recognize him because of his iron tusks.
Like an orc.
He is orcish. How astute.
I mean, tusk love and all.
We're making that a through line.
Where can we find Iron?
He's got a bit of a routine. You can probably find him crossing through the middle of town in about an hour.
And the middle of town is where?
Out back is the largest circle kind of in the center of town. Few streets shoot off of it. Most people pass through there going from place to place.
He had a lot of money lately.
Maybe you'd best find out for yourself. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Sure.
And just kind of takes off. Goes back to her duties.
Guys, I have a lead.
A lead? What do we got?
A what? What? Where?
His name is Iron. He's an orc. He's a homeless boy. Walks through the center of town in about an hour.
Just
Said he's
cra-
very shady.
crashes his, like, just smashes the rest of his drink, and he's just like, fuck, I thought we were at a dead end. I was about ready to be poorer, even just further.
Yeah, she took a lot of my money for that, you guys. I wasn't as good as flirting as I thought it would be.
You better
Yeah.
build a sturdy door with that money.
That's what she wanted, actually. She's pretty pissed about the door.
Wait, she asked for more money? I gave her 10 gold whenever I fucking walked in here.
I know, she's kind of greedy.
How much did she ask for?
10 more gold.
Do we want to wait here for an hour until it's time for
I don't think we want to look super suspicious. I'll roll up at the same time. Maybe like one at a time, walking different circles.
a group of very tall people and one less tall person all approaching a young orc at the same time? I'm sure it would be fine.
Hello, small child.
You said boy. I don't know what that means exactly. I probably should have asked.
I'm fine staying here. I guess if that's the plan, I'll stay here. And do we have any way to communicate?
Why not? Poppy, get in our heads.
Oh, I missed it
Shit.
so much.
Wrong character.
So useful. I got nothing. I've got a mage hand. I can prestidigitate things. I can shape water.
Well, hey, how about this? How about somebody go with you? Actually, I'll go with you because I'm about ready to beat this snake lady's face in. because she fucking took my gold and your gold. So I'll go with you, and then there's no way that fucking door costs 20 gold. Anyway, y'all can stay here, and if we find this boy, we can like. Do you have something like? Are there windows around here?
You look around. There don't appear to be any windows in this tavern.
I can
Maybe-
turn one of us invisible. Actually, I can turn two of us invisible. If that would help.
Well, like maybe there's like, I mean, if some of us stay here and there's a way to alert anybody of finding said boy from a distance. I don't know.
If it's invisible, so we can follow him, and he might not notice. That's about all I've got.
Can I walk up to the other table of people sitting down? Can I just sit with them for a second?
Sure.
Yeah. So I just kind of pull up a spare chair and slide it over to the table, and I just kind of sit with my beer and kind of put it on the table and say, "How's it going, fellas? Name's Puka."
They all just kind of look at each other and look at you. You know there's a shite load of other tables and chairs available, right? What the fuck are you doing over here?
Yeah, but I want to sit with you fine gentlemen.
I don't give a shit what you want. We want to be left alone.
What's the fun in that?
What the fuck do you want?
I don't know.
Get the fuck out of here!
What do you know about Lysandra? Do you know Lysandra?
Who the fuck is Lysandra?
Okay, bye.
Not going well.
I'm like, maybe you got some like superiority die to roll on that charisma check or something.
Classic Flicker moment right there.
Hey, what are y'all doing? Fuck off. Okay.
Big gulps, huh? All right.
Yeah.
See you later.
See you guys later.
Excellent reference. I mean, you got some information out of that.
I could go into the middle of the town, almost when you walk through and start playing, to see if he gets distracted by my beauty.
It's a good idea. We'll take the place out a bit.
I think there's like a little bit of echo coming through.
Yeah, I was having trouble understanding Nixie.
Yeah,
I'm not hearing it. Can you tell where it's coming from?
I thought it was coming from your thing, but it seems like it's not coming anymore. Like not coming out.
I see what you're saying. It might be coming through mine for some weird reason. I'll mute myself when I'm not speaking, and that should address it. But above the table, respectfully, if we're going to stick with our usual time frame, we should probably start coming up with a plan and trying it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
Let's
go to
do
the
it.
center square.
Yeah. Do you guys want to be invisible, any of you, while I'm dancing and putting on a show in the square to see if it distracts him?
Always.
Sure. Yeah. Well, yeah. Whoever's better at stealth. Sure.
I can do
Not me.
up to two people. Or I
I'm
can
pretty
see
decent
that.
at stealth, but I think my armor is going to be pretty hilarious. But I'll try it.
Alright. I'll do that closer to when we go out there then, because it only lasts for an hour.
Okay.
And if you do anything, if you make any spells or attack anybody, you'll be uninvisible, so.
Duly noted.
I will just stay visible.
I just kind of was like watching the show. Alright.
So the four of you are heading out into the center of town, and two of you are going to be invisible. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'll do that to them. Like, I guess we can stay in the bar. She said like an hour, so stay in the bar until like.
We'll say that all your guys' planning and attempting to talk to this other group of people, it's been about a half an hour.
Okay.
Come on,
So,
guys.
yeah,
It was
so
a
like
long-
stay in the bar for another, 15 minutes, and then kind of walk out there. And as it gets closer to that time, then I'll turn both of them. I'll turn Ingle and Cheese invisible.
And how long does that last?
1 hour.
All right. So as you guys move on from the Snakehead Saloon, or the Snake Skull Saloon, excuse me, and kind of head out back and look for a rounded area, like a larger crossroads type area in the town, not at all difficult to find. Seems to be where most people would be. It is starting to get a little bit dark, but that is just where it is. You cast the spell, and so you are now concentrating, and both Cheese and Hingle vanished from sight.
And I would like to kind of stand off to the side and look nonchalant. I have some rope, and I'm just going to be looking at the rope.
Okay.
Nonchalantly.
This is gonna be a stealth check, because stealth accounts for being unseen, and it also accounts for being just like unnoticeable but not invisible. Like blending into your surroundings is still a stealth check.
I roll with a disadvantage on this.
I'll say that since this really, well, yeah, there's not a lot of armored people here, so heavy armor would stick out. That would still be disadvantage.
I'm going to be a
Damn.
straight roll too, even though I'm invisible, because I'm at disadvantage too.
This is 9.
9. Hingle, your disadvantage is canceled out by the advantage of invisibility.
Oh wait, do I need to roll as well?
It sounded like you wanted to. I didn't ask you to.
No. I was just stating out loud my disadvantage on stealth. I haven't done anything yet. I'm just
Right now, you and Cheese are standing still invisibly. Puka is trying to nonchalantly look at a rope, and he is doing so. But, it takes a few minutes, and there's only so many minutes you can just stare at a rope. So he occasionally just kind of is looking up, looking around, looking back at his rope.
I'll kind of just speak out to the ether, because I can't see Cheese, and I'm just like, hey Cheese, are you on the left side or the right side? I'm just looking out at the circle.
I'm on the right side.
Okay, I'll go left, you go right. Nixie, maybe if you go through the middle and we can go on the sides, we can try to see if we can find this boy.
I'm performing right in the middle of this circle.
Oh, hell yeah. So-
Take out my flute.
Go ahead and make a performance check, Nixie.
Yeah.
And dance, just like a burlesque style, like rock show dance party.
On the water?
Yeah.
No. That's a 13.
All right. Nixie's playing some music that is unusual for your particular demographic. It sounds like it kind of rocks, though. Just might need a little practice. And as the rest of you are keeping an eye, you do see what appears to be a fairly tall, half-orcish individual with a bit of a shine to his tusks just begin to walk across the square.
Does he have a hole missing in his clothes?
Make an investigation check.
Or visible wounds? Oh, that's kind of cocked. Okay. 8.
He's just kind of walking by, hard to tell from where you are.
I'm gonna try to creep over.
I'm gonna take a rock, and not in like an attacking damage way. Like, where am I in relation to him and Nixie? Like, is there a way that I can like, well, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if that worked the way I wanted it to. But, well, let's try it.
Bye. He's just kind of just walking.
Oh,
I'm just
I'm tailing him.
Yeah.
Is he paying
I'll-
attention to me at all?
No, you're not sure if it's because of your performance necessarily, or if he's just got places to be, but at this point, he's about halfway across the square and is going to be walking away from you pretty quickly. Cheese, I didn't hear what you said you were doing.
I'm tailing him.
Tailing him, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk in between where he is and where Cheese is, or where I think Cheese is, and I'm just gonna yell out, "Hey, Tusk Boy!"
Jesus.
Is that offensive?
He kind of looks behind him, just sees Nixie and Puka, can kind of tell that voice came from somewhere else, and just keeps walking, but a bit faster, just away.
I'm gonna grapple legs. Fuck it. Gotta push the button.
You go for the legs. Go ahead and make an attack roll, and that's going to be it'll be your plus whatever is an unarmored strike, but this isn't to do damage. This is just to grapple.
Yep.
And you're invisible, so it is with advantage.
Even better. 18.
18. You become visible just as because it is technically an attack, just as you grab onto the legs of this half-orc. The fuck? And you kind of just grab onto him. Your tiny, gnomish body, not nearly enough to knock him over, but you have both of his legs just wrapped up, and he's just kind of like, the fuck?
We got some questions for you. Stay here.
What are the rest?
I run over invisibly, and I just tackle the top part of him.
I've got my rope, and I would like to try to wrangle him.
We're gonna hog
So we're gonna do this in order. First, it's gonna be Hingle. This is gonna be a shove attack, basically. So go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage. As Puka takes that rope and prepares it, starts rushing over.
How does shove attacks work? Is that like with advantage?
Just like an unarmed strike. So whatever your plus is to an unarmed strike, and then it'd be contested to see if he's knocked over.
Okay, unarmed strike. So, oh dang it! I rolled a fucking.
This is with advantage because you are invisible.
Okay, so I rolled them together. So it's a 14 plus 6, so a dirty 20 for like an unarmed strike.
Yep, that's your shove attack. Okay. It's contested, and as one gnome kind of holds his legs together, this dragonborn you just see the top part of the body almost inexplicably from the physics just get knocked over from something unseen, and as he hits the ground, this white dragonborn just becomes visible on top of him. A Goliath runs by and just starts hog-tying this kid in the street. He's like, what the fuck? I'm being attacked! I'm being attacked! Nobody's around. Nobody seems to give a shit. But he is being hog-tied in the middle of this town square.
While we have a second, now I want to take a better look and see if, looking for, like I said, wound or cloth patch missing, if I can.
Do you have purple blood?
I would say it'd be at disadvantage if you're holding yourself to his legs, but if you let go, which you'd be able to do as Puka ties him up, go ahead and make another investigation check looking for wounds.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you know. 2.
On a 2, there's still a lot of movement, a lot of just uncertainty. He's just kind of fighting off the fuck as this big Goliath is just hog-tying him and finishing up by this point.
All right, in that case, I'm just gonna start like rummaging through pockets and stuff. Does he have any like backpacks or like a coin purse or anything?
Go ahead and make another investigation check.
Hey, we poor too.
Why are these so bad? Yeah.
Oh no.
6. As you attempt to look through the pockets, you feel something, but you can't quite get to it as he's just like still squirming like crazy.
I'm going to use command on him and tell him to grovel, which means he will be prone for 1 round, so we can search him for 1 round without him moving
For
around.
6 seconds.
He won't stop squirming.
Okay, and that's what kind of saving throw? Huh?
Wisdom.
And the command was grovel.
Yes.
I would like to enter turn-based mode while we do the next few things.
As Cheese is trying to rummage through the pockets, but he's moving all over the place. Puka finishes tying him up so Hingle can kind of get off. Nixie sort of gives the command, and as he's like flailing and resisting, the fuck.
Search him now.
Make an investigation check with advantage.
I'm doing it now?
She told you to, and I saw you doing this. Go ahead.
All right, good. Okay, one's a little better. 12.
12. You do touch what appears to be a coin purse. And just as you begin to pull it out, 6 seconds pass, and no, you can't have that. You can't. No. As the command wears off.
I need to talk to you about that.
I attempt to grapple him. I'm just gonna grapple him just to
He's
hold
already
him. Just
tied, bro. He is tied up on the ground. You got him.
Okay. Good.
Caught him.
Got him.
Where the fuck
And you robbed him. So what would you like to do?
Would we
I want to
robbed
ask
him?
him. I want to be like,
You
hey,
robbed him and you took a gold purse out of his bag.
But
They where'd you get that
I
money?
didn't take it yet.
I'm gonna ask
Oh,
him
I
where he
thought
got
as you were checking his pockets, I thought you were pulling. How else are you going to know what's in his pockets if you're not pulling them out?
I mean, I did. I'm just saying I'm not like removing it and adding it to my person. I'm just removing it to see. And like
That's robbing. You took a possession out of his pocket and put it in your hand, so you have his coin purse in your hand.
Where did you get this?
This is just temporarily confiscated. It's not a robbery yet. Intent is important.
These
What
ain't my pants, officer.
If you took my gold, but you're not robbing it, give it the fuck back. I need it.
Where did you get this?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Oh, shit.
We know who you are. We know what you did.
You see his eyes go from like this anger to this weeping sadness back to anger, and now they kind of drop and turn into like a little bit of a sadness. Just listen, okay? Just listen. I know what I did ain't good. It's not. But I didn't do it for nothing. Untie me. Come with me and I'll show you. No tricks, I promise.
How about we keep your arms tied up? My large friends will guide you to where we're going. And then we'll see what it was about.
Fine, but can we just not be tied up in the middle of the fucking street, please?
Sure, sorry, we didn't want to do that, but it kind of escalated quickly.
Oh yeah, because you did such a great job asking me to please stop and ask me a question. I was just fucking tackled out of nowhere and tied up. This is off to a great start.
Hey, I was trying to distract you with my beauty. You weren't even into that. What the hell?
I'm gay. Fuck off.
Okay. Damn.
Fair enough.
How was I supposed to know?
I mean, we didn't tackle you because you were gay.
Yeah, this is not a hate crime.
Just to be clear, we're not bigots.
Are you gonna untie me or not?
Anyway,
Let's untie it. Put it behind his. Take it off his legs and put it behind his tie him behind.
I was like, can we keep his arms tied and like a lead?
Yeah, you got to cut the rope at that point, but you cut enough rope off of his legs to basically be one of those parents walking a kid on a leash, except you're walking a fairly large half-orc as he takes you from the town down the street, around a couple of corners. This is the Sugar Plum Orphanage. It's where I'm from. And as you look at this building, it looks like shit. All of the windows are either broken or barely boarded up. The walls of it are cracked. There's a chimney, but no smoke is coming from it. From inside, you hear just, very young shouts, maybe a little bit of crying. It's almost dystopian. As you kind of look into some of the broken windows, you see some kids inside, and they look skinny. Like, barely any meat on their bones. They look dirty. There is some childlike excitement, like almost like they don't even realize how fucked up their situation is, or maybe they're just ignoring it as a survival skill. And Iron just looks through the window and just kind of looks sad. I ain't giving him the money yet. I was freaking out. I was hesitating. I was scared Sister Azra was going to ask questions about how I got it. If you really want it, the rest of it is hidden inside in a break in a wall. But, I grew up here. The sisters, they did everything they could, but it was still fucking hell. I only left 2 years ago, and I'm already on the streets. That money, it could change their lives, Winter's only a few weeks away, and they'll freeze. Some of them will die. Some of my friends died when I was living here. So do whatever the fuck you want, but those kids don't deserve this.
Hold up. Just to be clear, you took this money from who?
From the shoemaker.
Okay. Just double checking.
Look, you guys take that money. Just take that money and go, and then at least I can use the rest of it to fix this place up. Because if I don't use that money to fix this place up, some of these kids aren't going to make it through the winter. We have got to fix this place up. And the 100 that I kept on me, just to keep some of it separate, in case I got caught. That sucks. That's more help I could have done, but they'll at least get by with the rest of it. So just take that and go.
How did you know to take this money from the shoe guy? How did you know he had money?
People talk. I know that he's been working constantly to raise a bunch, so I knew he had it.
You know what he's raising it for, right?
Yeah.
That's not my problem. I have no idea.
It might be a problem if you bothered to ask. Same as you wanting to get money for these kids.
I can't imagine a single answer he could give me that would stop me from doing whatever I have to do to keep those kids in there from freezing and starving to death this winter.
As someone who has been lied to today, can I do an insight check on this story?
Do an insight check.
Yeah. I wish my inside check at the first of this game would have fucking worked.
Natural.
Oh no.
Natural one.
You have no idea, but I will grant this. Now that natural one is going to stick, but I will grant you a group insight check.
Hey.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fair.
Luca's one is 2 failures.
Oh no.
I'm gonna try it with a natural, Man, I need to just roll natural dice. Fuck this digital stuff.
I'm at 11.
It's an 18.
I got a 17.
Y'all are better at that.
18, 17, natural 1, and what was yours, Cheese?
11.
11. He rolled a natural 2. He seems to be telling the truth.
Hell, this whole town is depressing.
Now I feel
And
slightly bad.
The DC on that wasn't huge because, I mean, you can look in and see for yourselves. This place is run the fuck down. This place is barely, not really sufficient to protect from the elements. The kids inside are clearly malnourished. This is a terrible situation.
Well, I mean, I'll just tell you. I mean, this cobbler has been saving up his money. At least this is what he's told us, for his daughter, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Daughter
Yeah.
that's been like on the verge of
Zoe.
dying.
I think.
That is
Maybe we
correct.
should follow up on that story. I don't know.
Did he say where his daughter was?
Yes, he said his daughter was in the hospital, recovering from an illness for the past 2 to 3 months.
In the hospital 2 to 3 months. Just
been
relaying all that.
without the money, will have to be, won't be able to stay if he doesn't have the money to continue paying.
So, I mean, what is it to you to take money from this other person? Provided, yes, I sympathize with your plight, but, I mean, what gives you the right to take it from another person like that?
It ain't about having the right. I simply chose to do whatever I could to save the lives of the young kids growing up where I grew up. So right now, you have to make a choice. You can either take all that money back to save one child's life, or you can let me keep it to save these children's lives.
We get a
Probably
feel for
problem.
how much was in the purse.
You look inside, and there's about 100 gold pieces in there.
Oh, and he was offering 100 as our prize.
Which means the amount he actually needs to pay the bills has got to be significantly more than that.
And we go in and see how much he stole. Like, I'm going to go in there and find the money that he was talking about.
So let me get this straight. Your plan is to just walk into this orphanage that you've never been into before and just check the break in the wall he said there was.
I'm an adult.
Pull money out of the wall.
Pretty much. Yep.
What
As
What are
you
they
try,
gonna do? Stop us?
as you try to do that, Irons does put a hand on your shoulder. And he says,
I thought he's.
if you go in there, he steps in front of you.
Okay.
And he says, do not go in there. If you go in there, it's going to cause all kinds of uproar. You might scare the kids.
Why
Don't
was
go.
scary to you?
I believe the orc. I think it's his smile.
Look, there's 900 other gold pieces in there. And that could help me really fix up this orphanage. We could actually reinforce it. We could sustain it.
I have an idea.
How many of those 900 gold pieces do we get?
If you want to keep this 100, I needed the 1,000 to fix up the orphanage, but I will give you this 100 if you will fuck off and let me use the rest to fix up the orphanage and save these kids.
I just like scratching Hingel's like scratching the back of his head like, I don't know, this is a lot, guys. There's a lot of moral quandaries.
Okay, guys. So they say there's no bad ideas in brainstorming. Hear me out.
Yeah.
We go back to Lysandra. We kill him. His daughter will
It's a
then
rough
be
start.
an orphan. His daughter joins this orphanage. They keep the money.
Oh man.
Everyone wins.
Except
gets-
Lysandra.
Lysandra.
She gets help regardless. She still gets the gold.
It's really dark there, Puka.
I mean,
Yeah. I'm just gonna let y'all decide.
I don't think there's
I-
a situation where everybody wins.
Well, why can't we see into this? Why won't you let me go in there? Why do you think I'm going to scare the children? I'm not scary.
What do you want to go in there for? What are you going to do? To take all the money?
And blue.
Yeah, I'm going to take all the money because it ain't your money.
If you go in there and take all the money, I am going to stop you. And his eyes narrow.
Are you? Okay, so it's like that. So, guys, we really don't have a choice here. I mean, he gave us a choice, but not really.
You get the impression that he is unwilling to just give up the lives of these children. If you give the impression that you're going to take all the money, you're going to have a fight on your hands. Or you can go back to Lysandra without the money, and he's not going to be happy. But the choice is yours.
I don't want to kill an orphanage. I'm not going to do that.
I don't think it's
I mean-
fair to steal money from someone that earned it just because you have a cause. Everybody has a cause.
Yeah, but I'm
Um,
not like gonna sit here and bonk kids together. It's like, whether you want to fight 89-year-olds or 80-year-olds or something, kind of thing going on.
Should we take a vote?
Kind of like your murder hobo idea.
Yeah.
Kill everyone in town and leave with a 1,100 gold. Easy.
Okay.
Get our-
So what is
Go back
what
and
is the
kill
vote?
that bartender that was exploited.
What is the vote? What is the vote?
Oh.
Or what are we voting on? Yes or no? Go into the
Yes
orphanage?
or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Or keeps the money,
Okay.
and then we just go back. Or
Okay.
we
And
take
we'll
the
deal with-
100.
We'll deal with whatever after that. Yeah, we'll take the 100.
We could
and
keep
fuck
the
off.
100. I feel like the orphanage could be somewhat sustained with the remaining amount.
Oh, Nixie, don't kill yourself. All right. Yes. That is the vote. Just take the 100 gold and fuck off. Yes or no? All right.
I vote yes. Let him keep the money.
I can't breathe. Okay. I vote he doesn't
I'll
keep
vote
the money.
no.
So 2 no's and Hingle. How do you vote?
Yes.
Do we
Actually-
flip a coin?
Please. I actually don't mind this. Well, who's gonna flip it though?
DM.
I mean, it's D&D. If anything, you're going to roll a dice.
Yeah, just DM.
If you guys can't accept responsibility for your choice and want to leave it up to a dice roll, you can do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll accept it.
I want to hard save my game so I can play both outcomes later.
Yeah.
This is on mode. You got one save file. What are we doing?
Okay. I changed my vote to nope.
All right. The no's have it. We're gonna take the money then.
Take the money. We've got to murder an orphanage on a stream.
Well, hold on. I
Why you
didn't.
gotta murder the
I don't think
orphan?
we're gonna kill the
murdering
kid.
anybody. We are.
Okay,
we are
good.
I feel like
stolen
I feel like this
property
orc is.
where it
gonna-
was
I mean,
stolen.
correctly.
We can deal with the fallout later.
Okay, alright.
I should have said all that in character. My bad.
Okay.
We're not killing anybody. We're taking the stolen money back, and maybe we can help out afterwards. One
If you
problem at a time.
If you take the money, you are killing the kids. And I cannot, will not allow that. Asra! Help! Now! And I need you all to roll initiative.
I knew we should have gagged him.
I was wondering where this combat was coming. Let's go.
Your decision is made.
All the orphans run out. We gotta fight them too.
Master Skywalker, there are too many of them.
Are any of the orphans the kids who lied to me?
Oh, right. It won't feel as bad.
Oh, that's pretty solid.
Give me a moment.
Let's go fight some orphans.
Yes.
Are we the baddies?
I don't give a shit.
I'm the pure-hearted one. I was pro-orphan. So pro-orphan that I was
Not that
trying.
I'm anti-orphan. I'm just anti how they got the money. I don't know. There's no winning here.
I
Well,
swallowed that water so
There's
rough.
no good option. There's just a slightly less terrible one.
I was also
and
thinking.
that's even subjective.
I mean, I was also thinking of just like letting him take the money and then just pulling whatever we have left to bring it back to Lysandra or whatever.
All right. Let's start with Hingle.
Say it again.
I'm looking for Hingle's initiative.
17.
Give me just a second.
We get sad music to fight.
I will be changing the music.
No, it fits.
Hingle with a 17. All right, Nixie.
19.
Puka.
6. Healthy 6.
And Cheese.
15.
Look at all those normal initiative rolls.
And then, oh, that's
our
better.
little orc boy is more handsome than I thought. Little coif hair.
All right. As Irons shouts, you see a woman run out with a hood above her head, and as she sees you all surrounding and tying up Irons, you see her eyes flash white, a bit unnaturally with arcane energy. And Nixie, you are the first to react. What would you like to do?
Choking on this water. I'm right next to him.
You're all kind of surrounding him because you had him tied up, asking him questions.
I will cast Dissonant Whispers on him.
Okay.
With a save of 15.
Wisdom save of 15? That is a 2. Fuck this dice. This dice has not been rolling shit all night. Okay.
He takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use his reaction to move as far away from me as he can.
Sure.
I don't think he did at all.
He takes 11 points of psychic damage.
Okay, he takes 11 points of psychic damage, and as he tries to move, he kind of cannot right now. He is fully surrounded. His arms are bound. No one else has moved to give him any type of space. He is a bit stuck in your space right now. But he does take the damage.
Okay. And then since his arms are bound, I don't think he can hit me as hard, so I'm gonna back away. I'm gonna go.
All right, where you heading?
I'm gonna go here.
All right. Does that end your turn?
And for my bonus action, I will use a bardic inspiration to who's up next? To Cheese. I'll give it to Cheese.
Cheese. The thought of a bunch of young children dying of exposure and starvation fills you with inspiration.
Of course.
I'll kind of do like a little twirl and a dance in like Cloma Locus.
That's what's actually necessary. You're not worried about that.
What's your inspiration dice right now?
D8.
Yeah, cool.
And
Fine,
you have to tell me what you
inspired
used
about
it
this,
for.
guys.
You just have to tell me what you use it for because I have different things that happen if you use it for certain things. So.
Oh, cool. Okay.
All right, that is your action, your bonus action, and your movement. That ends your turn. It is now Asra's turn. She actually rolled quite well. Ooh, sorry, I've got so many tabs up, I missed the one I needed for just this. It'll only take a second. As Asra is going to run out and sees you all assaulting one of the children that she helped raise and moved out a couple years ago, and has been helping out a little bit, and now he's tied up and being assaulted, and as her eyes just kind of fill, she is going to... She does a little calculation in her mind. And she is going to... Yup.
That's not good.
As her eyes flare, she is going to just hold a hand out, and you see a small red bead just kind of shoot out in your guys' direction. And as it kind of gets in between all of you, a big fireball spreads out to all of you. You notice it. She does a little bit of twirl with her hands, and her experience with evocation causes it to sculpt a bit around her ally as she uses her sculpt spells ability. So he will automatically succeed on his dex save, but I need the rest of you to make a dexterity saving throw to dodge this fireball.
Oh no.
Oh
Hey.
no.
Oh no.
Jeez. I have a plus
That is
6.
not good.
It's not good.
Fails, fails, fails.
Yep.
Oh,
13. That also fails.
Ah,
This is gonna get wiped out right here.
I rolled a 16.
16 succeeds.
ah.
So the rest of you take average roll.
I knew I should have gone Red Dragon lineage.
That's 28 points of fire damage. Nixie, you reduce that to half to 14. And I just gotta check one thing.
Well, I think we're gonna end early tonight.
Yep.
Yep, and with her spell ability, her ally automatically succeeds on the saving throw, and if that creature would normally take half, it takes none. So while all of you just feel the blast of flames going around you, Irons appears to be unharmed.
This bitch is a rogue.
And she is actually going to take noticing that the rest of you seem to be quite well armored, she's going to take a bit of a step back. That's not what I meant. She's going to take a little bit of a step back. And that, I don't think there's much she can do on a bonus action. Nope. So that ends her turn. Cheese, you're up. And Hingle... Cheese is up. Hingle McCringleberry is on deck.
Sorry, we all have nonsense names.
I love it. I'm here for it.
All right, I'm gonna go up to her because I can go 40 feet.
She wouldn't have known that, and so didn't go that far away.
All right, I'm going to.
I knew that, but I'm a good DM who doesn't meta, so she did not know that.
I'm going to attack, and I have the grappler feat, which says I can punch and grab at the same time.
Okay.
So, all right, so it's 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So it's not a 1. Fuck yourself. That's 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And now she's grappled.
She is grappled.
Okay.
So her movement is reduced to 0.
Okay, so I want to do on my follow-up attack. So I can attack twice per turn. Can I do a stunning strike on the follow-up attack?
Yeah, you certainly may.
And then that costs a focus point, so I'll spend that. It's an unarmed. Well, this unarmed, it's got to hit first. Okay, so let's do that.
Yeah, first. Well, so you already hit her once.
Yep.
And as a grappler, could grapple when you do that.
Yep.
And so I believe you would have to hit again, because you can do a stunning strike anytime you hit. I just don't know if you're automatically grappling. That wouldn't. You can't stun and you can't stun her with a hug. Like you're either grappling her or you're stunning her. So you'd have to hit her. After you grapple her, you'd have to hit her again.
The second attack was gonna be the stunning strike.
Correct. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you understood that. So go ahead and make your second attack.
And it's at advantage now that she's grappled, right?
No, you're thinking of restrained. Grapples just reduces her speed to 0.
Let me double check that. I think we're good anyways, but I thought that was part of the grappler feat.
If it's part of that feat, then I'm less familiar with it, and you may be right. I just know in general, grappling just reduces the speed to 0.
Yeah, attack event. You have advantage on attack rolls against a creature grappled by you.
Yeah, that's granted by the feat. Go ahead and take your attack with advantage.
Cool. Okay, so that is 24.
Yeah, that hits.
And then, so now it is, there we go, 9 points of bludgeoning.
9 points of bludgeoning damage.
And she needs to make a con save.
Okay. Making her damage. And a Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
That's an 8.
So that fails. So she has the stun condition until the start of my next turn.
Very well.
Then I want a bonus action flurry of blows.
As she is stunned, so that attack, that'll be with advantage on.
Which?
Wait a second. You attacked and grappled, and then you bonus action attacked again with stunning strike.
Yep.
Or no, you get 2 attacks at level 5.
Yep.
So now your bonus action flurry of blows. God, fucking monks, man. All right, get after it. Pop, pop.
Yeah, level 5 they can do like 4 attacks or something.
So that's a 23.
Hits.
Marissa, can I add the inspiration to my damage dice?
I think so. Let me read.
I'm pretty sure that's
just do an ability check, an attack roll, or a saving throw.
Okay, I was just making sure it's not one of the weird colleges where it can.
Yeah, I think that's just College of Swords.
Okay. That's another freaking 1. All right, 4 more points of bludgeoning.
Okay. Not like you've been ineffective this turn. She's taken 17 points of damage, is grappled, and stunned.
Pretty good. Okay, I think that is turn then.
Very well. All right. Hingle, McCringle, Barry.
Hold up. The flurry of blows is 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus.
It is. Go ahead and make your second flurry. Go ahead and make your second attack.
They even like debuffed stunning strike where it's not to the end of the next turn. It's like the beginning of the next turn. They moved it to the beginning of the turn.
Right, so that's a 19.
Hits.
And then
Because it's crazy.
Another one, so 4 points of bludgeoning.
You got it.
You could perpetually have somebody just stunned, like the way it was.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah,
That was
you have,
4
like-
attacks, and 3 of them I rolled a 1 on the damage dice. Very cool.
Oh,
But that's kind of like the monk
Right.
way, though. You can hit them 4 times, but it's like 4 points,
Yeah.
5 points,
It's,
6
it's
points.
death by 1,000 cuts is what it is. It's still super effective.
We'll get it going.
All right, that ends your turn. It is now Irons' turn. He is grappled. He's restrained by the ropes, and so he is going to have to use his action to try to break the restraint. This is going to be against Puka's. It's going to be a contested roll against Puka because Puka's the one who tied them all up. So Puka, I need you to make an athletics check. He is going to make either an athletics or acrobatics check to try to break the restraint.
Okay. 13.
18.
Ha.
As he kind of just wiggles away, and unfortunately that did take his action. But
I was supposed to roll with advantage. It's fine. Let's go.
you have advantage?
Yeah, I have advantage on athletics checks.
Roll with advantage then.
Okay. Let's see if that works out better. No! Exactly the same.
Yeah, well, there we go.
Ah,
Okay.
But we're going to do it fair, though. We're going to do it right.
Yeah.
So he is going to move in this direction after he kind of shakes the ropes off and kind of runs in that way. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a ton he can do with his bonus action, so he is going to stay there. That ends his turn. It is now Puka's turn, and Nixie is on deck.
Okay. Let me see. I'm trying to look at distance here. If I'm on a diagonal square, I can attack, right?
Yeah, it's still next.
Yeah, because I have 35 feet of.
Yeah, you could still do that.
So I'm gonna run up that way, just like that,
Okay.
and I'm going to start here actually with my bonus action and do a second wind for myself. Try
Okay.
to get that HP back. So I'm just gonna roll in the app. Oh, 7. Okay, that's gonna help.
wait, I rolled a 15. How did I not go?
And then I'm going to take my greatsword and is this lady, is she holding like a weapon or anything like that, or is she like a?
Right now, she is just trying to stay standing as her eyes are kind of rolling in the back of her head, and she is stunned. She does not appear to have a weapon in her hand.
Okay.
She's wearing robes, and she casts a fireball.
Okay. So I'm going to. Sorry, new character. Yeah, I'm just going to attack with my greatsword. And
Go ahead and take an attack with advantage because she is stunned.
cool. That will be
We're
18.
murder.
18 hits.
All right.
We're murdering the orphanage staff.
That's 10 damage.
Okay.
Whatever.
She's looking in bad shape.
Bad shape. And oh no. And then yeah, I'm just going to also attack again, my extra attack.
Go for it.
So I'm still rolling with advantage.
Yeah, she's still stunned.
Ooh, that's a dirty 20.
That hits.
And we'll roll damage again. Also 10 damage.
Stab, stab.
How would you like to do this?
Yeah.
So as I take my greatsword, it's just a giant overhead strike, kind of just straight through this fireball lady's face and skull, and it just kind of jams in there right at the bottom of her jaw, and then I kind of have to yank it back out.
As that happens, she just silently collapses onto the ground, blood all over the place. Blood sprays over your face. It just kind of sprays on top of Cheese, and the body just collapses. And you hear Irons go, "No!" What else would you like to do?
Real quick, as she falls to the ground, can I just take a couple bites at her kneecap? Like, we got you!
Certainly.
Yeah, my turn is done at that point.
That ends your turn. Top of the round. Nixie is up. Cheese is on deck.
I don't like how close he is to me, so I'm gonna move. Oh, how many? Oh no, I don't know how many feet I have. I think it's 30.
You have at least 1 foot.
You got 30 feet of movement.
Okay, I thought so. I'm gonna move 30 feet this way.
Okay. Oh shit. I'm inappropriate, but hang on, let me fix that. Sorry about that.
Three
And
more.
then-
Da-da.
I'm gonna smack our little friend over here with a thunder wave.
Thunder Wave.
Yeah.
Yes.
With a Constitution save throw. Wait, no, not thunder wave. I'm sorry, shatter.
Yeah. Really sure.
Shatter.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. I
I
was
was
like, wait,
reading
are
the
you
wrong
just
thing. Shatter. It makes more
underwaving Hinkle?
Shatter, okay. I had to at least ask you if you were sure.
sense. No, I was looking at the wrong one. Shatter.
And you cast it on Irons?
Yes.
Alright, what kind of save is that for him?
It is a Constitution saving throw.
Con save. God, he doesn't matter what dice I roll, it's shit. That's a 10.
Okay, so he takes 3d8 thunder damage. Ooh, I rolled all 7, so 21 points of damage.
Damn. This loud blast that rivals the noise of that fireball just hits against Irons and emanates off him as you see his body just vibrate for a moment, and he just kind of almost falls to a knee, picks himself back up, and you just see his eyes filled with absolute burning hatred in this moment.
And then I'll give a bardic inspiration to Hingle that's standing right next to me and be like, did you see that?
That was pretty awesome.
That's my turn.
And it's your turn. Cheese, you are up, and Hingle McCringleberry's on deck.
We should always just have nonsense names from now on. Wait, sorry, who's that? Oh, my bad, my bad.
Oh, yeah.
I heard Hingle McCringle and I thought he was going.
He's on.
Alright, I'm going to Step of the Wind so that I can book it right to the dude.
That gives you 80 frickin' feet of movement, so you can zoom your little gnomish legs all the way across the cobblestone right up to Irons.
I'm just imagining like Fred Flintstone. Just
You
like
hear the sound of
pirouette.
it. We're like,
Alright, we're gonna try the attack with grapple again.
okay. Go ahead and roll an attack.
And I'm gonna add my inspiration.
You're like Bowser in Smash. Just kinda like,
Alright, so we're at 19.
19. That does hit.
Okay. That is going to do. What is with the ones on this bitch? 4 points of bludgeoning. Pop.
Okay.
And then he's grappled, and then second attack. I'm gonna try the stunning strike again.
Go for it.
So I'll spend the key point. Now it's an advantage because he's grappled.
For you, yes.
Yeah, it's because of the grappler feat, right?
Correct.
23.
23 hits.
Oh, there it is. There's an 8. All right, so now it's 12 of bludgeoning.
12 of bludgeoning, alright. And you said this was a stunning strike?
Yep. So he's got to make a con save.
Natural 20.
Okay. So he saves, but now his speed is halved until the start of the next turn.
Understood.
And
So
then
you kind of hit with the attack, and he continues moving, but is still kind of rattled as he just kind of focuses as hard as he can to collect himself from the impact of your strike against his kind of like pressure points.
Yeah, and the next attack against him will have advantage.
Understood.
Also part of Stunning Strike. Okay.
And that is your 2 actions. You used your bonus action to dash, and so you got 20 other feet of movement if you want it. Otherwise,
no, I don't want to get opportunity attack right now, so I think we're good.
all right. Hingle, you're up, and then it's his turn, and then Puka will be after him.
Alrighty. Let's see. I got 30 feet of movement. I will run up right next to him. And let's see. Which one do I want to do? So many things with Battlemaster.
There's a lot.
Even at level 5, it's like 3 different fucking maneuvers. Alright. I'm going to take 1 strike. Let's just see if it hits first.
Okay. And it is at advantage because of the stunning strike.
I'm gonna pull out the Warhammer and go to town.
Just this attack is at advantage. It's like a guiding bolt thing, I believe.
Alright. It's 18 to hit.
He's going to use his reaction to parry, which adds 2 to his AC and causes that to miss.
Okay.
I have inspiration.
Say now, but
Well, yeah, I can't use it, I guess. Because it's on attack rolls. I can use that on attack rolls, right?
Attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks.
But I might use that for something else in case some weird stuff happens. All right.
you've got more attacks, but the advantage is gone.
Okay. I'll go ahead and try to smack him again.
Go for it.
All right, that's a dirty 20 to hit.
That just hits with his improved AC.
Okay, sweet. I'm
Well,
holding this.
More than just barely hits, but anyway.
So it's I'm holding the Warhammer with both hands, so I'm gonna smack him for
It's a D10, I believe.
D10, and then yeah, that's 10 points of bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and then
Then I am
going to spend. So you can spend 1 supporter dice, add a dice, attacks damage roll. I'm gonna do an extra max roll an extra 8 points of damage on that.
Oh shit. Okay.
I'm gonna do a goading attack. So he must succeed on a wisdom saving throw. And we'll see what happens after that. So
He just got to make a wisdom save. Okay.
yeah.
What's his wisdom? 14.
I believe my DC was 14.
So that just meets it, beats it.
Ah, shit. All right.
Just barely saves. Sorry.
I will go ahead and spend a cost of second wind on my bonus action. And get 10 points of healing back.
Okay, you got it.
And I think that'll be it for me.
All right, that ends your turn. It is now Irons' turn, and he is not looking good, and he is fucking angry. He's like, you won't condemn these kids. and he is going to take an attack at Cheese. He's got he's got a great sword that he was able to. Not a great sword because he wouldn't have been able to conceal that on him. So he's got a long sword that he's gonna. He kind of finally is able to pull out from his back now that he's got his arms free and everything. Is also going to wield it with 2 hands. He is going to attack recklessly, which he is not a barbarian, but gets that feat when you watch him murder Sister Azra.
Oh.
Really wish that goading attack would have worked.
DM said so.
I think the advantage made the difference. That's a 23.
Yeah, that'll hit a little bit. You can roll, but I'm going to use the deflect attack, so I'm going to roll to reduce it.
Okay. You take... not great. Only 7 points of slashing damage?
So, fun story. I rolled a 10 plus 8, so I reduced that by 18.
So as the long sword, he just kind of reaches out and tries to slash you with it. You manage to just kind of deflect it and dodge it altogether. 0 points of damage. He is going to take his second attack against you.
But now my reactions are gone.
That's even higher, but I'm going to roll again with advantage to go for the natural 20. Nope, not at all. So that is 24 to hit.
Yep.
You take... Ooh, those are good dice. 11 points of slashing damage.
And Cheese is down.
Oh, no, Cheese.
You guys see Cheese fall to the ground,
No.
unconscious. And as that happens, his eyes kind of light up. He's like, maybe I can do this. And then shifts his gaze to the target right next to him. That ends his turn. Puka, you're up. Nixie's on deck. He's not looking great.
All right, I'm gonna run up to like this area here.
How much movement do you have?
I have 35 feet.
Okay, so right there.
Yup. And okay, yeah, I am. So first thing, I'm going to shout some encouraging words to Cheese to get up, and I'm gonna rally Cheese. Cheese, you got this. And Cheese is going to get 4. Oh wait,
What ability is this that you're using?
it's rally, right?
Rally.
I thought that was bolster the resolve of a companion. Choose a companion. They gain temporary hit points equal to the superiority die.
So here's the thing about temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Temporary hit points are not hit points. So if you give him temporary hit points, he will still be unconscious and bleeding out at 0 HP.
Yep. So can we not do that?
Yes, we cannot do that.
A new ability for me.
Hey, wake up, wake up.
It'll get temp HP, but
I'm
he'll
still
still be
encouraging
dead.
you, but just not in any sort of bonus actiony way.
Just generally no action to shout some encouraging words.
So I'm going
Yeah.
to. We can drop a weapon as a free action, right?
You may.
All right, so I'm going to drop my great sword and pull out a javelin that I also have.
Yep.
And I'm going to huck it at old boy.
Yep. You can draw a weapon as part of an attack action, and you may drop an item for free. So that is legal.
Dropping the great sword, gonna produce and then get ready to huck this javelin. And let's see. That's 12.
12 misses.
Damn. Extra attack. Have another javelin. Actually, I have several.
You do notice that the parry he did to increase his AC previously, he kind of did that to block that, and he's no longer parrying. Like it was just for that attack.
Okay.
For that run.
I don't think I can produce another javelin though. Feel like I don't know. DM, you tell me. can I?
How many
throw
javelins
another javelin?
How many javelins were in your starting equipment?
8.
Then I'll allow it.
Okay. So we're gonna get another javelin.
As
try
part of
that.
the attack action, I guess.
Yeah.
It's the same attack, but
Yeah.
raw, this wouldn't be legal, but for a one-shot, sure, let's do it.
Okay. 13 that time. Big improvement.
It still misses, unfortunately.
Damn. Okay. Well, I can't do anything else. So good. Good on it, Cheese. Hope you feel better. That's all I got.
And it's your turn. Nixie, you're up. Cheese is on deck.
All right. So for my bonus action, I'm gonna use the 2nd level healing word on Cheese. Get him on up.
All right, go ahead and roll some dice.
10 to make 50.
Nice.
Cheese, is your eyes open and you kind of exhale. There's no one around you, but you feel some of your wounds start to close, and you remain prone. But
2nd level, I get 34, so I'm gonna roll 2 more. Okay, so you get 5 extra.
Wait, 5 extra? Cool.
I rolled 2d4. I didn't realize it was 2d4. I feel like they changed that because it used to be way worse.
they did change it.
I'm feeling a lot better, thank you.
Welcome. And then for my action, I will use my cantrip Starry Wisp and throw a mote of light at him.
That's the new one for bards.
Very well. All right, and that's a cantrip, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah, by all means, go for it.
Big 12. Big 12.
12 to hit.
Yeah.
You guys couldn't miss to start, but yeah, no, that misses.
I'm gonna go whoops, and and then I like where I'm at. I'm gonna stay there.
All right, that ends your turn. Cheese, you're up. Hingle's on deck.
Alright, I'm gonna use half my movement to stand up.
You stand up and see this wounded but angry half-orc fighting for his life still right in front of you.
And we're gonna punch him.
Go for it.
21.
Yeah, that hits.
Can we add the grapple or is it too late?
Yeah, you got to call that before you do it.
Okay, that's fine. Is it too late to add the stunning strike?
No, I'll allow it because you call that after it hits. So yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so let's do that. So damage is 11 of bludgeoning.
11?
Yep.
How do you want to do this?
Hey! Okay, so I was down, I kind of crawl up, and I'm like, alright, that's enough for you, and I just pop him right in the dick.
I was gonna say at gnome level, yeah. As he is wounded and bleeding and fighting for his life and the life of his friends, you punch him in the dick so hard that he dies.
I love D&D so much.
I'm not even gonna give further explanation than that. You just literally punch him in the dick.
Any scientist or doctor just knows. Yes, that makes sense.
You just punch him in the dick so hard that he dies. And he just falls over numb. And in that moment, the threats that were here challenging you are gone. You look around and you have 100 gold in your hand. You know exactly where 900 more gold is. And in the interest of time, it's you simply go in, get it, and go back and give it to Lysandra.
Could we take 30 seconds to just ask if there's any incidents with all the other children in there?
Oh, jeez. Do we really want to go through that?
There is a bit of an epilogue.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess we'll just say, well, I'll kind of just want to like summarize the situation, and then we'll just say, you know, we did feel for the orphans. It's a shame, but stealing is also not good either. So at least we can write this. I don't know if there's anything we could do or you could do for the orphanage later, but we at least got this back for you.
Excellent. In the interest of time, since it's about 9:30, rather than role-playing that interaction with Lysandra, that's loud, hang on. We'll suffice it to say that his eyes kind of simply just fill with joy at having the money that he needed to save his daughter back in his possession. And as he finally has this money back to avoid the risk of losing it again, after you guys have gone and moved on and done your thing, he eventually goes and delivers it straight to the hospital to make sure that it doesn't get lost again. His daughter, who was named Zoe, receives the treatment that she desperately needs, and due to the gold brought in from Lysandra's hard work over the next ongoing months, in addition to the money that he had before it was stolen, Zoe does end up making a full recovery. Afterward, Lysandra tells Zoe, when they're home and, kind of reunited and back to normal, tells her of the struggles that he endured and the heroic party that stepped in to save her life. Zoe could not have possibly been more grateful for the assistance that she received, but her curiosity for this orphanage gets the better of her, and one day she decides to go see it for herself. Her eyes are just horrified to see so many sickly children, and that effect is just multiplied exponentially when she hears about how many died that winter while she herself was still recovering in the care of the hospital. She ends up feeling unwarranted burden of just responsibility, knowing that, so many died indirectly so that she could live. And she begins volunteering at the orphanage. She teaches some of the children life skills like cooking, sewing, and even a little bit of cobbling that she picked up from her dad. And a lot of the kids still end up on the streets as they age, but many of them benefit from the example that Zoe sets and eventually make their way into the world, having learned the value of a skilled trade. Life goes on in Olin, and although it remains a difficult place to live, it undoubtedly changed for the better, if at least in the eyes of Lysandra and Zoe. And that is where we will end tonight's game.
We saved the day for some people.
Or
Some would disagree.
There's winners and losers.
there are a few frozen, exposed, dead kids. There's a murdered sister who cared after them, and a murdered graduate. But
Broken
That's
door.
D&D, baby.
that's D&D, baby. And that's where we'll end today's story. So I hope you guys had fun with our side quest one-shot.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
It's a good time.
Moral dilemmas.
I do enjoy a story with a good moral dilemma.
Were we gonna have to fight Lysandra if we had sided against him?
Yeah. He was not ready to let his daughter just die.
Yeah,
So
that makes
the
sense.
moral of the story is tax your populace correctly so that you can afford universal health care and to fund, helping with the poor and orphanages.
I'm sure that's exactly what the lesson
That's
is.
the
Increase
easy
taxes
fix.
on the poor. That's what I heard.
Simple. Definitely no other complications that could possibly come from that.
Of course.
Next week, Thursday, we will be back to our regular story because surely our normal DM, Crystal, will be healthy by then. She really regretted not being able to play tonight. She really tried her best to rally. Just was sick as hail. So she'll be back next week. We can sit and debrief here for a few minutes if you guys want, but I'm going to step up and end the stream so that anybody who stuck around for our little one-shot, I had a ton of fun getting back in the DM chair. I hadn't done it in a long time. That's probably the longest break I've taken from DMing in a few years, the past 3 months. But I had a good time. But I'm going to get up and close the stream. So to anybody watching, I hope you enjoyed our story. I'm going to go close it.
See y'all.
Bye.
Bye.